So what in the world is up? Oh my gosh, this has been a processy. Oh my gosh, I've been trying to get this on deck, on board as far as getting it to record. Oh my gosh, my computer, a Chromebook. Oh my gosh, talk about amateur, talk about professionalism, and talk about lack of computing power. But this Chromebook literally can do the trick, and sometimes the picture has been the best on this one. It also has the highest security rate, because it's OS system, OS operating system. Not much can be downloaded except small files and not software, so to speak. Extensions can be downloaded, but nonetheless, I can check the extensions and remove any extension that doesn't look familiar. Of course, what it amounts to is some stuff I wanted to share with you. Oh my gosh, life is too beautiful. Life is too good. And the couple things I wanted to share with you was just that, and that is a quote by Kendrick Lamar. And I'm thinking that Kendrick Lamar just might be shaping himself as my favorite rapper, the most revolutionary rapper of this period. And as I've quoted, and this is kind of a demeaning thing to say. This is kind of demeaning for me to say about Kendrick Lamar. But literally what Kendrick Lamar has done, is something that's simple in most communities, but in the hip hop community, it's a rarity. And from what I researched, this is a prior ordeal. But he bought his sister a Camry, like a brand new Camry, which is a nice car. He paid cash and the likes, but for what it's worth, sometimes rappers want to just buy Ferraris and shit, in the likes. And I literally tweeted him and suggested that was the most revolutionary act since Tupac. And you know how Tupac was, so that speaks for itself. But anyways, I wanted to quote Kendrick Lamar on one of these quotations that literally is just groundbreaking. I think his mind is just literally incredible. I think his lyricism is literally incredible. And he comes from real circumstances, one of these real neighborhoods, and he not only survived that, but also became a stellar, intelligent dude that's more so into the finances than he is into the flash and the shabazz and the likes, which is really smart play for a newfound principality. So I love to see it. That's what I love to see. And he's slowly shaping himself to be one of my favorite rappers, him and G-Eazy and Russ. Just talented, that's talent. And that's what I love, man. I love that talent. I love that smart. And I love being smart with your dividends as far as, that's pools full of savings that your kids swimming in. You know what I mean? And that's what's the most beautiful thing that's possible for you, me, and all people, all my viewers, and everybody listening. Is just that you can create a small fortune just being smart. So this I'm gonna go into depth into what this quote means to me. But this is a quote by Kendrick Lamar, the rapper, international rapper, one of the greatest rappers of this generation, as far as the younger generation. He's older than me, nonetheless. Still, he's getting older, but he's still a young lad, and he's still coming up with some of the best. And another rapper that I love, Nipsey Hussle. Fuck the middleman, straight to the customer and the likes. And that's really what society's coming to as far as Nipsey Hussle's philosophy. Fuck the middleman. I'm not gonna go that far because the middleman can hook you up, but the same token, I understand the philosophy as in, literally there's going to be these make-a stores, Toys R Us, getting replaced by people like you and me that say fuck the middleman and just get on the online marketplace and connect themselves with suppliers and connect themselves with buyers through third-party entities. And literally that's replacing places like Toys R Us because through the online marketplace, it's cheaper, better, less overhead costs, and it's just making six-figure, $1 million salaries, So for what it's worth, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Nipsey Hussle is a very, very talented dude. All of his music is very authentic, but at the same token, there is some degradation, but he's a real dude, man, and that says it all, man. So really understands the game, and he reads books, man. So you can't tell these kids not to read books, because some of his best ideas, some of his most revolutionary ideas, Nipsey Hussle's, has been from books. Do you get that? You can't be illiterate to the knowledge that's out there because all the information you need to succeed is in books. But he was literally the first artist to sell $100 album. That's per CD, $100 per CD, and he got that from information, and he innovated and converted it into music industry but he got it from actually the Philadelphia cheesesteak. Philadelphia cheesesteak industry where they were selling cheesesteaks for $100, and people were just like profound, like, how is this cheesesteak selling for $100? What is in it? You know, and they just like, I gotta try it. I gotta try this $100 cheesesteak, and it creates buzz. It creates the likes. You know, so that was a marketing ploy by Nipsey Hussle and both the originator, the Philadelphia cheesesteak company that initiated it first, and it was just beautiful, beautiful business as far as it, staying true to your fans and staying true to your base and building buzz around the fact that you're literally charging so much money. So that's clout. That's a beautiful thing. But back to the subject, I'm getting off bounds here. A quotation I wanted to quote was Kendrick Lamar, the international rapper, and what he suggested was just that, and that is, I wrote it down, so pardon me. I'm gonna read this off here, and this is give or take from my memory, so it's like a little bit innovated, and it's not his exact words, but you know, he would agree that I'm getting the general gist correct. You know what I mean? And he would. You could ask Kendrick Lamar if I butchered his verse, and he'll say yes. He can't flow like me, but his general gist was very, very true, very real, and very authentic, and I appreciate the compliment. I guarantee that's what he'd say. So this is the sentiment, and it literally is by Kendrick Lamar, and it is, and I ain't rocking no more designer shit. Black tees and Nike Cortez is black Corvettes anonymous. Oh my gosh, and that is so in depth and so deep because, you know, sometimes it's not about all the shabazz, all the fancy flash. Sometimes it is just about, you know, making sure your dividends are correct, making sure your portfolio is right, making sure your businesses are generating income more than they lose. You know, what is your profit loss ratio? What is your profit loss statement? What is your, you know, as far as accounting and the likes, you know, you want to know what's up because, it's all about the shabazz. You know, looking good and not being good is two different things. You know, you want to be good. You know, that's some of the wisest words. And literally a quotation by a person I'm gonna refer to as my mentor. You know, he's a bit older, so he's like really an OG, a veteran in the game. His name is Boyce Watkins. And literally what he suggested, I follow some of his talks and the likes, and I like to be very genuine and transparent in the likes. But literally what Boyce Watkins has suggested, I mean, I don't agree with everything he says, you know, to a full high extent, but you know, a lot of what he says is accurate. He's given information that you couldn't get at Harvard, you know, as far as finance and the likes. That's how smart he is. That's his intelligent. And you know, even if I step on his toes, at times, you know, accidentally or just by means, you know, nothing that money can't rectify. You know what I mean? And I think we can all agree on that. And that's his business, you know, and the likes, you know. So I'm not stressing too much. And that's the beauty of life, you know. But anyways, what Boyce Watkins has suggested is just that, and that is, you know, you wanna be good. You don't have to look so good, you know, in the likes, you know, and with that quotation, oh, I'm moving around too much. It's blurring. Hold on. Okay, what that quotation has suggested was literally that, was just that, you know, I have this closets full of designer shit. When I was a young lad, I've been through everything. You gotta follow my podcast. How could you not? I've been through so fucking much, man. Literally spending so much money on fucking clothes, you wouldn't fucking believe it, man. And it's just fucking just bonkers, man. Like, especially like, you know, being as young as, like, I'm 26 now, but this was years ago. You know, spending people's rents on clothes and the likes, that's just foolish. That's foolish as fuck. That's some young money foolish shit. And that's how you go bankrupt. You know what I mean? So you don't want that shit in your life. I'm trying to like get you around that because it's not important. What's important is just having your dividends right, having your portfolio right, things that appreciate with value over time. You know, stocks, real estate. Get yourself a duplex. Live in one side with your family, rent out the other side, cop another, let two people live there. You know, and that's just how you become a millionaire. You know, so it's just simple math, baby. Damn, man, it's a terrible disgrace that people don't realize how easy this shit is, you know. And that's why I'm deciding that, you know, no more designer shit for me, man. You know, as far as that goes, you know, I have plenty of shit, you know. Do I need any more shit? Like, fuck no, man. I don't need any more shit, man. I'm a simple man. At the same token, like, do I want the millions? Yes. Am I worth billions? Not currently, but my money's out there, and I think I am. So for what it's worth, it's not shit to me, man. And at the same token, no more jewelry, none of that bullshit, man. Like just bricks of gold is better than jewelry. I've even heard Warren Buffett suggest that gold isn't that good of an investment, but I disagree. We all are especially a pharaoh like myself, would totally digress that we have differences of opinion. But honestly, the S&P 500 over the last 70 fucking years, just check the fucking statistics, man. You know what I mean? Just track an index and fucking put some money into this bitch, and then you can turn fucking $5,000 into a lot of money. Especially that's excluding not 5,000. I mean Warren Buffett literally turned $400 into like $400 or $500 or $1,000 in 7 years ago into $400,000 today. Just tracking indexes. That's simple fucking math, baby. Like this shit is just so simple, man. Like that's why I like Dr. Boyce Watkins. You should follow him if you plan to white, black, Mexican, Spanish, Chinese. He's just got a great mind. As Nasir Jones has stated. I'm a hip hop thesaurus, baby. As Nasir Jones has stated, we came here to learn from black teachers. So I respect the people out there, and I'm no racist, just like the likes, I know that some of the greatest minds that ever faced this earth were actually the Africans. Some of the greatest accomplishments to ever face this earth was the Africans. And I know they've been stripped a lot of that wealth, but nonetheless, Africa was blessed by both nature and God. It's just one of the most beautiful lands in this entire world, entire universe. You know what I mean? That's what's more perfect than Africa. At the same token, they've been stripped of a lot of their wealth. Through means of I'm not even gonna go there. Because it's pessimistic. But you know what I'm saying. And at the same token, what's very, very true is that the Africans had a different perspective on life, a more pure, a more godly perspective on life. You got to realize that, man. You got to realize they had a perspective that was like this is gold, it's valuable. This is resources, it's valuable. But they traded for items that weren't as valuable. In reality, they were valuable, but it was more of a sentimental value. So that's how there was a wealth transfer. But Africa is one of the richest nations to ever face this earth. Obviously blessed by both God and resources, just natural Mother Nature. So that's very, very true. At the same token, Africa was once ancient Africa. Egyptians. There's several nations within Africa. And I just like to elaborate because I like to keep the history straight. They don't teach this in school. They don't teach this in preliminary school. They don't want you to know this. So I want you to know that especially. The brothers out there or the sisters out there or any person, even any person, just realize that Africa comes from greatness. Where does mathematics come from? I want you to tell me, where does mathematics come from? Does it come from Africa? Mind blown, baby. Mind fucking blown, man. This shit comes from Africa, man. Where do books come from? You know where books come from? Mind fucking blown, baby. So it's not about all this bullshit, because society